And we are back with Footie Feud. I'm your host, Reynoso, here with my boy Soltero. I'm about to put my boy through the ringer. According to Mark Doyle of Goal.com, these are the top 5 teams heading into the 2026 World Cup. Can you guess them? Let's dive into Doyle's mind.
Let me get in there.
Doyle deep dive.
If I'm Doyle, probably talking about the host, United States.
No, that's next.
It was just a miscommunication.
It's a lot more simple than you think.
All right, top
These are
5.
who this guy considers.
Spain, the Euro winners.
There you go. Spain is number 2 on the board.
Argentina, the current world champions, current Copa America champions.
Number 1 on the board. Now you're cooking.
Well, okay, yeah. Euro runners-up, England.
It's on the board at number 3, England. You're right on par right now.
It's interesting because they're playing poorly right now. I almost want to say Brazil, but it's just because they have top quality players, some of the best players in every league. But is Doyle going to say they're top 5? He shouldn't say Brazil.
But you know media, man.
That's my problem. Is he playing into that media?
Maybe Doyle knows ball, though.
I'm going to say Brazil.
Do we have Brazil on the board? We do not. Brazil is an X. That is your second strike. 1 strike to go. 2 spots remaining.
So Doyle is watching ball then.
Thinking logically, who would be number 4?
Maybe not 4, but possibly 5. You got to go France.
X.
No way.
Germany. Colombia is on the list. I think Doyle knows ball. Start, bench, sell. Marcus Thuram, Matteo Retegui, Dusan Vlahovic. Let's get Italian with it.
It's going to be controversial when I'm selling Vlahovic.
After the Euros we saw from Thuram.
Thuram's done enough throughout his career to where you're like, you know what? He's a good player. He really is. Vlahovic, I feel like underwhelms year after year. Maybe it's not his fault. Maybe it's the club that he's at. Just given what he's given me, Vlahovic selling his based off of longevity, right now, what we've seen, I'm going to go ahead and start Thuram, all right? But just know that the starting position is open for Retegui to take, but I'm benching Retegui for now.
So week-to-week type situation.
It's a week-to-week with that situation for sure.
Christian Pulisic, Raul Jimenez, Jonathan David, right now.
You could give me any CONCACAF player. It wouldn't matter. Now or in the past, I'm starting Pulisic all day long. I'm going to bench David. He's going to be on my bench. He's just an excellent goal scorer. You look at his stats the last several seasons in France, it's elite, honestly. Jimenez,
France, though.
It's okay.
Jimenez is cooking in the Prem.
But he hasn't cooked enough. And it's not his fault again. He got injured, man. The injury really messed up Jimenez. Really messed him up. I feel bad for that. I'm selling Jimenez. Start, bench, sell. Casillas, Buffon, or Neuer.
Based off of current form?
Just in general.
Right now?
Retired Buffon.
I don't like where this question puts me.
I know. There's a low key, you can't win.
I can't believe I'm cutting Neuer. I can't believe I'm cutting prime Neuer, but I am.
You have to.
And then I'm benching Casillas and I'm starting Buffon.
That's it?
I love Buffon's longevity. I love the heights that he reached. I love his aura, his class. I love everything about Buffon. And Casillas, same thing. If I could start 2 keepers, I would. Flop or not? You tell me if this thing is a flop or not. Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to say flop. Should have been way better at this point. A couple years ago, he looked like he was going to be the next big thing in the Prem. He just simply isn't.
Josh Wolf.
He took Austin FC to a conference finals. Since that moment, it's been downhill for the last 2 seasons. Flop? His coaching career is pretty short, too. So I don't think we can say yet. I'm going to say no.
Enzo Maresca.
So far, no. He was very good with Leicester and then now doing really good things with Chelsea, who have struggled with their past coaches. So for now, no flop.
Tata Martino.
This one's interesting because he's coached so many teams, man. He also coached one of the worst Barca sides who had Lionel Messi, but then he also coached Atlanta United and got them a title there. It's kind of interesting when you look at it like that. He's done a lot of good. He's done a lot of bad. I can't say flop.
Erik ten Hag.
I just think how bad it's gone at United, given the money that he's also had. You just gotta say flop, even though he was great at Ajax. You gotta do better with the resources he's given, and he didn't.
USA at the 2024 Copa America.
Yeah, well, the definition of flop, bro.
USA at the 2026 World Cup.
Oh, we're not flopping. We're not flopping. We're going to undo that flop that we did in the Copa, and we're going to fly. We're going to fly, baby.
Most overrated player in England.
This is going to be interesting just because of the narrative around him. He's not like that big, at least yet, but Emil Smith-Rowe. Fulham spent money on this guy who was unestablished at Arsenal, and people at Arsenal love the guy, even though he didn't do that much for him. For me, he's just overrated considering he really hasn't done much with his career.
Most overrated player in France.
Marco Asensio. I just don't know why you spent money on a guy who was just warming the bench at Madrid.
Most overrated player in Germany.
It's gonna be harsh, but I'm gonna go out of Yemi, man. He's a good player. But the way people talk about him, I don't think they criticize him enough, in my opinion. I think he should be criticized a little bit more. His work rate is amazing. The way he plays, he should be getting 20 goals, 15 assists this season, and he simply doesn't get anywhere close to that. For that reason, I just have to say overrated.
Most overrated player in Spain.
At least the way things have gone right now, Mbappe, man.
Whoa.
He hasn't done
Whoa, he's got like 5 goals.
In the big moments when Madrid need him, hasn't done anything. And low-key, that's how he ended his tenure at PSG. When PSG needed him, Mbappe went ghost. That's how it's been for the last, I'd say, 12 months. Right now, he's a bit overrated, but he's supposed to be the savior of Madrid, even though they don't need saving. Give me overrated Mbappe.
Oh, Emil Smith-Rowe versus Marco Asensio.
Yeah, Smith-Rowe, man. I just don't hear anybody say anything bad about this guy.
Karim Adeyemi or Kylian Mbappe?
Let's go Mbappe. Give me Mbappe in this final.
Here we go. In the final, we have Emil Smith-Rowe versus Kylian Mbappe. Who is the most overrated player?
Emil Smith-Rowe, dude. That guy should not cost more than 10 million pounds. And I think Fulham spent nearly 30 to 40.
Good Lord, man. You got it out for Smith-Rowe. And that is it for Give and Go on Goal. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more Goal USA content.